I applied to 17 graduate programs. I barely slept. I forgot what eating felt like, and the only thing keeping me together was a rhythm game girl with undiagnosed burnout. Welcome to my application arc, featuring spreadsheets, rejection, and Yoisaki Kanade. Hi, I'm Sanguinisma. Welcome to my channel where I talk about academia, policy, and the hit mobile game Project Sekai, specifically Kanade Yoisaki, my favorite disaster. In my first video, I shared how I graduated 2 years early with a psychology degree and applied to 6 psychology PhD programs straight out of undergrad, and that didn't work very well for me. I applied because I felt like I had to. I thought that graduating early meant I had to keep doing amazing things or risk becoming irrelevant. And because, also, let's be real, a bachelor's degree in psychology isn't really a ticket to anywhere. You can usually feel it in an application when someone's heart isn't in it. You can also feel when someone is projecting their self-worth into their CV. I was doing both of those things. On paper, I had pretty solid stats. I had 2 research assistantships, one paid and one volunteer, a glorified SWOT analysis, which I had cleverly disguised as a white paper, a 3.93 GPA, and a full-ride law school offer I turned down because, no. I didn't know what I wanted at the time, just that I wanted to be good at something. I needed time, so I took a year off to work and to reset. Kanade threw herself into music production to save someone. I threw myself into application spreadsheets for the same reason.
でも本当にこれ以上作り続けて意味はあるの?
I landed a job at a crisis residential facility, one of the only places I could find willing to hire a 20-year-old with a psychology degree in an existential crisis. That job broke my heart. Not because of the clients, but because I realized I couldn't actually help them. Not in the ways that mattered. My county is one of the wealthiest in California, yet its Health and Human Services Department is also one of the most underfunded. You can't fix something like that by talking about coping skills. That's when it hit me. I wasn't meant to fix people. I was supposed to fix systems. Kanade realized she couldn't compose, mix, draw, and market her songs alone, so she created Nightcord at 25. I realized I couldn't help every client, but I could create systems, policies, and environments that help more people over time. If I'm going to build something, it has to be meaningful. It has to reach someone. Every program I applied to was part of this world that I wanted to create, one where people didn't have to be fixed anymore, just supported. I ended up applying to 3 different types of programs. One specific PhD program in design and behavioral science, master's programs in social work, master's programs in public policy, which were both largely in-state. I made this huge spreadsheet with all these programs that I could find, and I rated them 0 to 5 in categories like reputation, location, climate, research alignment, and program type match. Anything that didn't score above a 3.5, I removed. And then I wrote and rewrote. I applied to 17 schools, which makes around 45 statements. I pulled every prompt, I mapped overlap, and I created these modular essays based on shared themes, like growing up first generation in a single-parent household, struggling to belong, and realizing that I didn't want to fix people. I wanted to create worlds where they didn't have to break. At the center of it all was this one truth. I wanted to save others because I had been saved, not by therapy, not by grades, but by changes in my environment. I had found my own Sekai, so I wanted to help others find theirs. I wrote some of these essays in a sleep-deprived fugue state while listening to the Nightcord at 25 soundtrack. Garfield is not /J. Garfield is totally /SRS. Switching fields is brutal. Writing essays for programs you're not qualified for feels like writing fan fiction for a life you don't think you're allowed to live. I wasn't the smartest or the most experienced, but I was honest. I stopped trying to sound like the ideal applicant, and I just told the truth. I used to hate myself because I didn't belong. Now I want to build belonging for others. I might not be exceptional, but I'll never stop trying. That's when I realized Kanade wasn't strong because she succeeded. She was strong because she tried, even when she didn't believe she mattered.
私が作り続ける。この玉でユキを本当に救えなかったとしても、救えるまで作り続ける。ユキが自分を見つけられるまでずっと作る。何言ってるの？ずっと作る。お父さんの呪いだとしても、私はもう私の目の前で誰かが消えるのを見るのは嫌なの。
I got into 9 of the 17 programs I applied to. My final 3 were Georgetown, Penn State, and Harvard. Georgetown had policy prestige, and Penn State offered a full ride, but Harvard offered reach, and if I want to help the most people, I needed that reach. I chose Harvard, not because it was easy, but because the connections, the education, the space, it all aligned with the future I wanted to build. Still, I wasn't relieved. I was anxious. I felt like I had to start saving people now. I didn't get into the PhD I wanted, and I got rejected from every master's program in social work. But somehow I found peace. Not in a degree, but in telling this story. I started a channel, I bought more merch, and I let myself dream again. Kanade didn't save people by burning herself out. I didn't either, but I did learn how to imagine something better and how to build it.
何かあったらまた遊びに行こう。そうだね。その時はお願いしようかな。でも今日は水木のおかげでいい気分転換ができた。本当？よかった。実は今日お見舞いに行ってたんだ。お父さんの？うん。お父さん倒れてから何度も記憶が混乱することがあって、今日は私が生まれる前の話をしてたの。その顔がすごく幸せそうで、そんなお父さんの笑顔を私が奪ったんだって思ったらすごく苦しくなった。奏で、その時思ったの。私は早く真冬を救える曲を作らなくちゃって。それができないならここにいちゃいけないって。だけど水木がいろいろな場所に連れて行ってくれたから気持ちが楽になったんだ。だからありがとう水木。
If you're applying to grad school, or honestly anything, let it be messy. Let it sound weird. Let it sound like you. If fiction is keeping you alive, you're not alone. It doesn't make you cringe, it makes you real. If this video helped you or made you feel seen, feel free to leave a question or share your story. I'd love to hear it. Like, subscribe, or just interact, but only if you want to mope over school and rhythm games at the same time. As always, I'll see you next time.